Good evening. Amidst growing tensions in the Middle East, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, issues a startling declaration of imminent victory and an immediate end to the war in Iran. To explain the factual lead up to, cause of, as well as the solution to resolve the war in detail, I join you now. The tensions in the Middle East are the result of decades of cultural and religious conflict between Israel, Iran, and Iraq. And the Middle East has the Persian Gulf and a lot of oil. And the oil must pass through the Strait of Hormuz on oil ships. And the United States has stepped in because after decades of political conflict, the oil must pass through the Persian Gulf, through the Strait of Hormuz, to get to the rest of the world so that the world can use the oil to produce plastics and electronics. And without the oil, the world is not able to produce fuel. And if we take a look at our activity map here, we see colored triangles which indicate ships, and alongside the triangles we have circles, and the circles indicate something about, and with the United Arab Emirates and Oman and Afghanistan, there are decades of conflict, and making money by sending oil to the rest of the world so that the world can produce just yeah, the White House, Sharon. Yeah, it's hi, it's Jarrell. Yeah, I don't think I'm the right person to be consulting on the war in Iran. Uh, yeah, it's because I don't know anything about geopolitical economics. I don't. Yeah, I make video games for a living. I don't know anything about running a country. I don't. Well, no, I think you should have someone who knows something about geopolitical economics. Like I have it on my YouTube channel. I just talk about like video games or the outdoors or something fun. No, people wouldn't go to my channel. Nobody wants to hear someone talk about politics and war when that person has no idea what they're doing. They no, I have no idea. I nobody wants to hear me talk about politics. I want to hear talk about video games. No, because no, if you have someone get involved in like running a country or like getting involved in wars or like advising, you need someone who has like an understanding of like cultural, historical, or political conflicts in that area, especially the Middle East. Like I don't even care about politics, but I know that the Middle East, you got to know what the history is there. I mean, that's like a whole taco, man. No, no, you should not be consulting me. You should please stop asking me for advice. No, I can't help you. No, because like if you are going to be advising the government on making decisions, like huge decisions that could affect the whole world, like someone that is if someone has not spent their whole life learning how to run a country, they should not be in the government. Yeah. No, because my thing is I make video games and I could repair or set up a guitar or a banjo or something. So for me, my skill set is not appropriate for advising any kind of government official. You see you see what I'm getting at? What do you mean you think it's fine? No, okay, so if I'm going to give you advice on like the war, for example, the I I should have some understanding of other countries' military capabilities or their cultural radicalization or understand their religion. And I don't. I don't know, understand any of those things. So don't ask me for advice on the war because I'm an idiot when it comes to those things. I don't know anything about that. Nobody wants to hear me talk about that. You shouldn't be asking me for advice on that. What do you mean the thing about religion? No, because if you do something like wrong, like people are really like religion is important to people. So if you do something, it's gonna, like upset people. What do you mean people didn't like Trump's AI generated image of him as Jesus? People didn't, of course, people didn't like that. He's made himself look, he's claiming, I don't care. I don't care about this topic. Why are you asking me this? Okay. Is there a religious figure that people would not have gotten mad at? I don't know. I don't know. Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Do one as Trump, but he's Santa Claus. Yeah, okay, sure. And he's holding a big sack, and the big sack is like an American flag, and there's money like shooting out of the bag, and it looks like Trump is like throwing money out at people, and there's a big on the sack that it says the word freedom in big bold letters, and I don't. Uh, yeah, okay. We'll then make Jesus standing next to Trump, and Jesus is like patting Trump on the back, and he's giving him a big thumbs up. Okay, is that good? Okay, you like that? I'm done. You want kids to like it. You want young voting males, like what age? 18 to 25. You want young voting males to like the image. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. Put Jesus and Trump dressed up as Santa Claus, and they're riding skateboards. They're riding skateboards. How's that? And put I don't know. Put Grimace from McDonald's in there, and Grimace is holding a Grimace shake, but like squeezing it really aggressively. And there's like a suggestive facial expression on Grimace, and there's like fluid like shooting out of the Grimace shake. Yeah, I think they would. I think they'd think it's funny. They'd like it. Okay, am I done? No, look, I'm not. I should. I don't want to talk about politics, and I do not know how to end a war. So I don't know why you're asking me that. I don't know how to run a country. And look, to be honest, I don't know because a couple of my games became bestsellers on the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U eShop out of pure luck. Okay? My games became bestsellers out of pure luck. I would not know how to make a business not go bankrupt. I don't know how to run a country. I don't know how to make a business not go bankrupt. Neither does your president or all of your advisors. Well, just ask, if you need advice, ask someone who knows, like has experience and knows what they're, you fired everyone who knows how to run the country. Look, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just make video games, okay? People keep calling Uber Eats to deliver tacos to the White House. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I don't know how to make that stop, okay? Look, I'm going to put a pin in it because I am the wrong advisor for this. Please stop asking me for help on running the country because I don't know anything about politics, okay? It, I have to go back to making my video games. Like if you want a copy of my new game, I just launched a new game. It's called The Hero of Destiny Was Killed by the Final Boss. You play as like a bunch of NPCs because the main character is killed by the final boss. And you play as a bunch of NPCs, and I think it's fun and funny. And that's what I'm good at. I make video games. That's what I set out to do. It's what I spend my time getting good at. So if you want like that, like, yeah, no. Please stop asking me for help on the country. Like, I can't. I have nothing to offer you. Yeah. Look, if you want a free copy of my game, I'll put a link to my Instagram in the description, and you can send me a DM, and I'll give you a download code. You can get it for Steam or Nintendo eShop. Hey, look, no hard feelings, right? If the president wants a copy of my game, let me know. I'll give him a copy of my game. The president doesn't play video games? Why not? His hands are too small? Okay. Okay, bye. His hands are too small. What the hell does that mean?